Linear programming is a mathematical method. It is used for finding the optimal solution to problems that involve linear relationships and constraints. The key components of linear programming are objective function and constraints. The objective function is a mathematical expression that we want to either maximize or minimize. Constraints are linear inequalities that limit the possible solutions. Let's look at the standard form of a linear programming problem. We aim to maximize or minimize an objective function, which is represented as capital Z equals C1 times x1 plus C2 times x2, and so on up to Cn times xn. This is subject to a set of constraints. The first constraint is a 1 times x1 plus a 1 times x2, and so on up to a 1n times xn, which is less than or equal to b1. The second constraint is a 2 times x1 plus a 2 times x2, and so on up to a 2n times xn, which is less than or equal to b2. Additionally, we have non-negativity constraints, which means x1, x2, and so on up to xn are greater than or equal to 0. Linear programming has numerous applications in business. It helps in maximizing profit by optimizing the product mix to achieve maximum revenue, given resource constraints. It also helps in minimizing costs by finding the least expensive way to meet requirements and demand. Let us understand with the help of a manufacturing company scenario. Consider a company that produces smartphones and laptops. The goal is to determine the optimal production mix to maximize profit while respecting resource limitations. Now let us formulate the problem. We define the decision variables as x1 equals the number of smartphones and x2 equals the number of laptops. The objective function is to maximize capital Z equals 300x1 plus 500x2. Here are the constraints for the problem. The first constraint is based on labor hours. 2x1 plus 4x2 is less than or equal to 800. The second constraint is based on material units. 3x1 plus 2x2 is less than or equal to 600. We also have non-negativity constraints x1 and x2 are greater than or equal to 0. There are several methods to solve linear programming problems. The graphical method involves plotting constraints and finding the feasible region. It is best suited for two-variable problems. The Simplex method is an iterative algorithm used for problems with multiple variables and is considered an industry-standard approach. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.